Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, friends and wonderful lecturers. On this occasion, let us Group 1 start the presentation of Introduction to Plant Morphology with a word of pearl. So, like the heart that was touched tremendously when we first meet, hopefully every idea we convey can hit, not only exploring data, but also giving meaning. So before starting the presentation, let me introduce. My name is Zara Alyuda, I as the moderator, and my friend's name is Anissa Fitri Kusuma, I as the presenter. Well, not for long, then for time and place, I invite Anissa to explain our material today.
Okay, friends, I'll hear Anissa Fitrikusuma will explain the material about Introduction to Plant Morphology, with the first chapter, namely the scope of plant morphology. The second, relationship between plant morphology and other botanical science. The third, form of plant life. And the last is the root of plant morphology. Number 1. Scope of plant morphology. Plant morphology is a branch of botany that studies the shape, structure, and arrangement of plant organs. The scope of the study of plant morphology includes several important aspects related to the vegetative and reproductive organ of plant. The definition of plant morphology is the study of the development of the shape and structure of plant, which implies an attempt to interpret based on the similarity of origin and purpose. The focus of plant morphology is the shape and external arrangement of the plant body in plants that have been different, which are include the corpus group. Carmus group, Carmopita, while other group, Cyanobacteria, Talopita, and Bryophyta are included in the discussion of plant anatomy because their body has not been differentiated, so that only two groups of plants are the subject of plant morphology, namely Pteridophyta and Spermatophyta. Uh, the study of plant morphology should look at the three main aspects that represents the meanings and facts of the study of morphology, namely verbal description of a form, classification of form, genesis form, or morphogenesis. Number 1. Vegetative organ. Roots study the structure, function, and modification of fruit. Stem focus on the shape, organizations, and modification of the stem. Leaf analyze leaf morphology, including variations in form and function. Number 2. Reproductive organ. Flowers, morphological structure of flower and their role in reproduction. Fruits, study of fruit morphology and its variations. Seeds, understanding the structure of seed and the process of pollination and fertilization. Number 3. Scientific terminology. Use of scientific terms to accurately describe plant parts, which is important for classification and species identification. Number 4. Morphogenesis. The study of how plants, organ form, develop from early stage to maturity, including the process of growth and adaptation to the environment. Plant taxonomy. Number 5. Plant morphology also plays a role in taxonomy, where morphological characteristics are used to classify and identify plant species based on similar in shape and structure. Overall, the study of plant morphology is not only important for understanding the physical characteristics of plants, but also form the basis for further research in botany, ecology, and conservation. Summary of the above material. Plant morphology is a branch of botany that explores the structure and arrangement of plant organs. It encompasses the study of both vegetative and reproductive part of plant. The vegetative organ include roots, stem, and leaf, with a focus on their structure, function, and modification. The reproductive organ, namely flower, fruit, and seeds, are examples in terms of their morphology and their role in reproduction. Plant morphology also involves the use of scientific terminology to accurately describe plant parts, contributing to classification and identification of plant species. Additionally, morphogenesis, the study of how plant organs develop and adapt to the environment, and plant taxonomy, which relies on the similarities in shape and structure, are important aspects of plant morphology. Overall understanding plant morphology is crucial not only grasping plant characteristics, but also for advancing research in botany, ecology, conservation. Continue to explain the second material, namely relationship between plant morphology and other botanical science. Relationship between plant morphology and other botanical science. Plant morphology has a close relationship with various other botanical disciplines, which complement each other in understanding plant comprehensive. Here are some of the main relationships between plant morphology and other botanical science. Number 1. Plant anatomy. Difference in focus. Plant morphology studies the shape and structure of external organs, while anatomy focuses on the internal structure of plants at the microscope levels. Relevance. Understanding morphology helps in understanding anatomy, as external characteristics can provide clues about internal structure. Number 2. Plant physiology. Interaction of structure and function. Physiology studies plant life process such as photosynthesis and respiration, which are strongly influenced by the morphology of plant organs. Environment adaptation. Morphology can explain how organ, shape, and structure help plants adapt to their environment, which is the focus of physiology. Number 3. Plant taxonomy. Classification based on morphology. Taxonomy as morphological characteristic to identify to and classify plant species into taxonomy groups. Basis of species description, morphology description is an important basis for determining the taxa boundaries of a plants. Uh, this uh, this is support taxonomy studies. Number 4, plant ecology, relationship with environment. Morphology help explain how variation in the shape and structure of plant organ affect their interaction with the environment and of and other organisms. Ecological adaptation, the study of morphology provides insight into the ecological adaptation of plants to specific environment conditions. Number 5, plant genetic, morphology evolution. Genetics study the inheritance of traits, including morphology characteristics which can provide information on the evolution of species. Polygyny studies, morphological data is often used alongside genetic data to understand evolutionary relations between species. Overall, plants morphology serves as a bridge between different branches of botany and enriching our understanding of plant life and its interaction with the world around it. Summary: plant morphology, the study of external structure and shape of plants, is closely linked to several other botanical disciplines, enhancing our understanding of plants. Plant anatomy focuses on the internal structure at a microscope level, while morphology examines the external organs. Understanding plant morphology can provide clues about internal structure when studying anatomy. Plant physiology explores the life process of plants, which are influenced by the morphology of organs. Morphology helps explain how plants adapt to their environment. A key focus of physiology in plant taxonomy, morphological characteristics are used to identify and classify plant species, forming the basis for species description and support taxonomy studies. Plant ecology studies the relationship between plants and their environment, with morphology explain how variation in organ, shape, and structure affects interaction. Morphology also provides insight into the ecology adaptation of a plant to specific conditions. In plant genetics, morphology plays a role in understanding the evolution of species and is often used alongside genetic data to study phylogeny. Overall, plant morphology increase our knowledge of plant life and its interaction with the world. Next is number 3, form of plant life. Plant life form. Plant life form refer to way plant adapts to their environment and can be distinguished based on several criteria. The following is an explanation of the different plant life forms. Number one, based on life cycle. Um, Monoscrop plant that flower or fruit only once in their life before dying. Example: corn, the maize. Polycarps plant that can flower or fruit many times in their life. Example: rambutan and coconut. Number two, based on length of life. Annuals plant that life less than 1 years from seed to seed. Example: corn, the maize. Biennials plant take 2 years to complete their life cycle, usually producing seeds in the second year. Example: uh, turnip, Beta vulgaris. Perennials plant that can live more than um, 2 years, up to 100 of years. Example: guava and rambutan. Number four, based on habitat. Hydrophyta plant that live in watery environment. Example: water, hyacinths, and lotus. Mesophyta plant that can live in wet environment. Xerophyta plant that can live in dry environment. Helophyta plant that can live in environment with high salinity. Number five, Ranker classification. Based on Ranker approach, plant life form can also be grouped into the following categories: Phanerophyta, plant with terminal buds that grow above ground. Chameophyta, plant with buds near the surface of the soil. Hemicheirophyta, plant with buds that are protected by soil. Next, Cryptophyta, plant with terminal buds buried underground. Theriophyta, an annual plant that survives in seed from during unfavorable conditions. The life form reflects their adaptation to environment conditions and play an important role in ecosystem as well as interaction between plant species and other organisms. Summary: plant life form can be categorized based on their life cycle, length of life, habitat, and according the Ranker classification. Monocarps are plants that flower or fruit only once before dying, while polycarps can flower or fruit multiple times. Annual plants live for less than 1 year. Perennial plants complete their life cycle in 2 years, and perennial plants can live for several years. Habitus refers to the structure of the plant, with herbaceous plant having soft, juicy stem, scrub, being woody plant up to 2 meters tall, and trees being taller woody plant with branching high off the ground. Climber are plants with special organs for climbing. Plants can also be categorized based on their habitat, with hydrophyta living in watery environment, Mesophyta in humid environment, Xerophyta in dry environment, and Helophyta in high salinity environment. Additionally, the Ranker classification group plant based on the location of their roots in relation to the soil. Understanding this different plant life form is important is studying ecosystem and interaction between plant and other organisms. Definition of root in general. The root is the simple plant organ that comes from the radicle. Radicle come from seeds with a smooth structure and move through the soil. Radicle from the root seeds develop into the main roots are often called a taproot. The following are some character or characteristic of roots. Root system in plant vary generally different into fibrous and taproot and can be classified as deep or shallow, sparse or dense, depending on the species and soil environment. Primary roots emerge first from germinate seeds and support the seedling. As the primary roots grow, secondary, tertiary, and quaternary roots branch out to form to the root system. Tohari, Tohari 2018, with the division of root as follows. Number 1. Taproot root system occurs when the institutional root continues to grow into a main root that branches into the smaller roots. Sucks and main root is called a taproot or radic primaria. This rooting arrangement is generally found in plants. Dicotyledons plant and open seeds plant, gymnosperm. Number 2, filamentous root system occurs when the institutional root in the next development this or is followed by taproot. Development dies or is then followed by development of a number of roots that are more or less the same size and all come out of the base of the stem. These roots are shaped like fibers, hence they are called fibrous roots. Root system. The root system divided into two, namely umbred slightly branched taproot and umbred taproots. Umbred slightly umbrage or slightly branched taproot. The function of the root is often connected as a place to store food reserve and has a special shape. Number 1, a spear shapes or fusiformis. Example, radish root, Rapanus sativus. As follow friends, you can see pictures of example of plant with tapped roots. Number 2, spinning tube shape or napiformis, namely example of plants, bengkuang, Pachyrhizos erosus. Number 3, thread shape or filiformis, example, or kacang krato, Pacellus lunatus L. This root is long conical, grows straight down, has many branches, and the branch out again. The part found in this type of taproot are: number 1, root next or root base column, which is the part of the roots that is connected to the base of the stem. Number 2, root tip or apex radiscis, which is the youngest part of the root. consisting of the tissues that are still able to help grow. Number 3, root stem or corpus radix, which is the part of the root that is found between the root next the tip. 4, or radic laterals, which are parts of the root that are not directly related to the base of the stem, but come out of the main root and it can branch again. Number 5, root fibers, fibrilla radicals, which are fine and fiber shapes, root branch. Number 6, root hair or root feathers, pilus radical, which are protrusion of long roots outer skin cells. Shaped like feather or hair, root hairs are temporary because of their limited life. Number 7, root hoods, calyptra, which is the part of the root that is located and serves to protect young roots. The following pictures this section show the hair root or hair. There is also a root cap which function to protect the root when they penetrate the soil. Then there are also the root collar, root brains, root stem, root tip, and root fibers. Fibrous root system. Next, the fibrous root system does not have a root next, root shaft, and root brains. Based on its size, it can be divided into 1. Small thread-like fibrous roots, for example, rice roots or Oryza sativa. Number 2, fibrous roots are stiff, hard, and quite large, like a mine. For example, coconut roots or Cocos nucifera. Number 3, large fibrous roots almost as big as an arm, and its widthward moods branching. For example, pandanus roots or Pandanus tectorius. Okay, guys. As final explanation, the roots or parts of roots of many plants species have become specialized to serve adaptive purpose, besides the two primary functions described in the introduction. Number 1, adventitious roots arise out of sequence from the more usual root formation of branches of a primary roots, and instead originates from the stem. Branch, leaf, or all woody roots. They commonly occur in monocots and Pteridophyta, but also in many dicots, such as clover, trifolium, ivy or hedera, strawberry, fragaria, and willow sapphire. Most aerial roots and still roots are adventitious. In some conifer, adventitious root can form the large part of the root system. Number 2, aerating roots for kidney roots or kidneys or pneumotopores or gyrus kidney. Roots known above the ground, especially above water shoots as in some mangrove genera, Avicennia sonera. In some plants like uh, Avicennia, the erect roots have a large number of breathing pores for the exchange of gas. Number three, aerial roots roots anteriorly shove the ground, such as in ivy hedera, um, or epithecoides. They function as prop roots, as in mice, or anchor roots through strangle feet. Number four, contractile roots. They pull bulbs or come of monocots such as hyacinths and by and some taproot such as dandelion. Deeper in the soil through expanding radially and contracting longitudinal, they have a wrinkle surface. Number five, coarse roots that have undergone secondary thickening and have woody structure. These have the ability to absorb water nutrients, but their main function is transport and to provide a structure to connect the smaller diameter of fine roots to the rest of the plants. Number six, fine roots. Primary roots are usually 2 mm in diameter that has the function of water and nutrient uptake. They are often heavily branched and super mycorrhizous. These roots may be short but are replaced by the plant in an ongoing process of root turnover. Number seven, haustorial roots. Root of parasitic plants such as in Mistia, Fiscum altum, and bitter doders. Number 18, propagative roots. Root that form adventitious buds that develop into above ground shoot. Larmet sucker with from nail plants and in Canada thistles, cherry and many others. Number sorry, I mean um, Number 9, proteid roots or cluster roots, dense structure of rootlets of limit growth that develop under run condition in protects and some plants from the following types: Betulaceae, Casuense, Lascraceae, Moracea, Fabaceae, and Mimicea. Number 10, steel roots. These are adventitious roots common among mangrove. They grow down from lateral branching in the soil. Number 11, storage roots. Roots are modification for strong strokes of food or water sacs as grandes. They include some approach and tuberous roots. Number 12, surface roots. These profiteerates cause below the soil surface, exploiting water and easily effectuate nutrient where conditions are in the surface layers of wall. The growth of surface roots is encouraged and they commonly become the dominant roots. Number 14 to the roots. A portion of a root swells for food or water strongest. Examples: potato, a type of uh, storage roots distinct from taproot. That is the explanation of the material on introduction to plant and root morphology. I will return it to the moderator.
Nah, that's all the explanation about introduction of the plant morphology. Hopefully, it can increase the knowledge of friends. If friends want to provide additional material, criticism, and also suggestion, please feel free. That we will also open a question and answer session in so friends can ask in the WhatsApp group and also in the discussion forum on Smile. More and less, we apologize. I'm close. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.